Greatest Cards of All Time podcast number 39. And it's going to be card number 39. In the 1952 top set, it's Dizzy Trout. It's episode 39, card number 39 and 52
That's
tops.
cool.
Very cool.
I've got a story similar, kind of like that. You'll see.
This is Paul Howard Trout.
Related to?
Mike Trout? No.
Mike's grandfather? No.
This is
No.
Dizzy Trout.
Fake news on that.
Fake news.
Dizzy
Not
Trout.
related. As far as I know, actually.
No, they're not. So what do you have? What else do you got?
Great photo, I'll say right off the bat as we start taking a look at this card nice and up close.
He's rocking the glasses.
Great photo, rocking the glasses. He has no shame, that's all right. Has the red generic blanket background like we've seen. I like to point to the Warren Spahn on that one.
Right.
Just the red plain background. Why? Because I don't know. That's what we came
I think
up with.
I think what it is. So these are pictures, and they use some type of technology to color them. I believe on those pictures, those are probably just darker backgrounds that didn't really have much detail, so they filled them in with color. That's my educated guess. I could be wrong, but
Okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind the nice little options that 52 Tops comes up with. My big theory is they just kind of pieced it together without an exact plan of how it was going to work, but that's just how it came together. And we all love it and appreciate it. I love 1952 Tops. This is a red back variety, and it is the Dizzy Trout. What a tremendous pitcher in his time in the league. He did get a 4-1 victory in Game 4, a complete game win in the 1945 World Series. That helped his team win, the Detroit Tigers, win the World Series. Definitely contributed in his time and showed off his skills and played, during a really, really cool era of baseball.
for sure, he had a couple years there where he was a dominant pitcher. So you commented on the 1945 World Series that he pitched in. They won. In 1944, the year before, he led the league in wins. ERA at 2.12.
That was 27 wins.
That's by the way, yep, it was 27 wins.
In 44. So that was his best season, arguably.
Impressive. 352 innings pitched, which also led the league. 33 complete games and 7 shutouts, all in 1944. Again, those were all league leaders. He also led the league in wins in 1943, going 20-12.
How about he won 82 games in a 4-season consecutive stretch there?
Not bad.
1943 to 46. He just went crazy.
He also had a decent stick for his career. He ended up having 20 home runs for a
Really?
pitcher. Yeah, so that's also not bad. Another stat. And to expand a little bit more on his stats, I like to cover the WAR and what have you. His career WAR of 49.8, very solid. Not Hall of Fame numbers, but very good. Wins 170, losses 161, and a career ERA of 3.23.
He eventually retired after winning 9 games for the Red Sox in 1952. So kind of weird. He's known as a Tiger, but here he is on a 1952 Tops, 52 being his last season, and he's on a Tigers card.
Kind of. He did retire. He did try to make a comeback in 1957. So it was only a couple, not even a full inning pitched. He ended up with an ERA of 81 in 1957 during that comeback. I think he only pitched in 2 games, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. So he did try to come back later on and didn't really stick around much. Going back, though, when he started, this guy apparently was a storyteller. He had a temper. He told tons of stories. And actually, going back to when he started, he tried starting out at 17, hopped in a freight train, and made his way to Chicago to try out for the White Sox and the Cubs when he was only 17. That didn't work out, but obviously he still had a successful career. Some other interesting stats. As far as the nickname Dizzy, I believe he gave that nickname to himself in around 1935 or 1934.
His big glasses or something?
Some story about running when it was raining, hit his head on the awning, and became dizzy. I think it had something to do with Dizzy Dean, so he was trying to kind of play off of that. Some other interesting stories. Exactly 80 years ago today, 9/11/1942, apparently he got in a fight with a fan. Now, when you look at some of the stories, a lot of them say they're not sure if they're true or not, but actually, article appearing September 12th, 1949 in the Chicago Tribune titled, "Pitcher Trout Attacks Fan as Tigers Lose." So apparently that one has been verified, one of the interesting stories about Dizzy. Another one that I thought was kind of cool, he strikes out Ted Williams, tries to get him to sign the ball, and he just he turns away and just doesn't say anything. But then shortly after that, hits a home run off him and tells him if he can go find that ball, he'll sign it for him. So I just thought that was kind of a funny little story there.